What's up, Simply Musical, and welcome to the third of a 5 video series on how to make learning guitar easier. Today we are going to talk about learning to strum, and if you're interested in other topics, the links will be in the description below. Let's get to it. So before we get into the actual business of strumming, there are a couple things I'd like to get out of the way. So the first one is your strumming position. A lot of beginners like to strum over here close to the bridge, but that's not the best starting position for you. One, the tension is high, two, the sound is kind of tangy. The better position is right over the sound hole over here. You get a nice open sound, not so tangy, not too soft-ish, and the string tension is just about right. Another thing worth mentioning, if you are a complete beginner, ditch the pick. Don't use it yet, because it's more of a distraction now than a good tool. Once you know how to strum well, yes, go ahead and pick that pick up. So when it comes to strumming, one of the biggest reasons beginners struggle is because they haven't internalized the pattern they want to play. They find a cool pattern and they just want to do it, right? Nothing wrong with that, but that's just not the fastest way to learn. So this is where the chant comes in. So the chant basically is to say down or up corresponding with the movement of your hand. Take this pattern for example. The pattern here is down, down, up, up, down. So basically what I would tell my students to do is to repeat this chant over and over again. And not just repeat it though, to really feel it inside you, have your bones dancing and do it in your dreams and so on. So you're gonna go like this, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, and so on. Do that until you really feel the groove. You can do it in your dreams and you don't pause in between, so don't do down, down, up, let me think. So that doesn't work, right? Once you have that down, move to the next step, the mute strum. So the mute strum is when we will transfer the chant into the movement of your hands. But before we do that, a couple of important things. First, your wrist has to be super relaxed, as loose can be. And, even more important, it has to be moving up and down the whole time. So before you apply the chant, do this. Say, down, up, while moving your wrist, right? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Once you kind of get that rhythm going really steadily, then add the chant. So it's gonna go like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. You're gonna see that my wrist went up and down the whole time. Let me try to show that to you one more time. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. See that? Wrist gotta be relaxed, moving up and down the whole time. And now put your left hand onto the strings so that you don't disturb anyone or yourself. And then do that, exactly that. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Once you get into this groove and your hands are doing it fine without stopping, then you can move on to strumming with the chords. So when you get to this step, there are only two scenarios that are gonna play out. So one is you've done your homework really well, you've internalized your strumming pattern, you have mastered your chord shifts and everything is gonna work just fine. Just a little bit of syncing issue and you're good to go. Or number two, you haven't mastered either or both of these skills and you're gonna keep stopping in between patterns or between chord changes. So let me give you an example of what that looks like. So here I'm gonna play both my chords and strumming and I'm gonna stop in between. This is what everyone does. Here we go. Okay, let me move to G. Notice my right hand stopping, okay? Alright, let me move to A. I think it's over here. See my right hand stopping? No singer is ever gonna wait for you. And, you know, it just won't work. Or the other thing is gonna happen is gonna be... Okay, let me regroup. And that's really choppy too. So to really master your strumming pattern at this point of the process, you're gonna have to make a rule with yourself. And that rule is your right hand will never stop. You're gonna put your foot down and stick to this. So no matter what's happening on your left hand, if you're on time, great. If you are lost, your right hand's gonna keep going. Here's how it's gonna look like. Watch. And... I'm lost, I can't play. Okay, I'm going to the next chord, doesn't matter. Or, you know, where is G? Okay, I think I found it. Oh, I have to move on now. Oh yeah, I don't know what the chord. Oh, back to D. Okay. D again. And I found the D much easier. I lost my A. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to D. So never stop. See how I'm just gonna go up and down the whole time? Yeah. No matter what's happening with your left hand, your right hand will never stop. I'm gonna say down, down, up for you. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down. You get the picture, right? Your right hand never stops no matter how much your left hand struggles. And when you do that, make your left hand catch up. With that, you're gonna master this. So that's it for today's video, you guys. If you liked it and found this content useful and would like more of it, go ahead and click the subscribe and like button so I know that you appreciate it. In the next video, we are going to talk about finger picking, so stay tuned, and until next time, happy practicing.